The evolution of the electronic and online media has been rapid and has experienced various changes, but its ability to meet new offerings and increasing demands globally depends on its ability to understand analytics and how it can be deployed effectively. In this panel session, analytics and electronic and online media is being discussed in the 21st century.
Leadership in Nigeria is on the increase because we are having more people educated. When I say educated, I don't mean going through the process of school. Once you are able to read English, you are able to type, you'll be shocked that even guys in the garages have BlackBerry, they have smartphones with them. They communicate in the language that they understand. If you are exposed to Facebook, if you see updates of certain people, you wonder what is in their mind. Now, I will not, because I didn't wake up to be an online publisher. I went through journalism school. I went through the process of being a reporter, being a sub-editor and all that. And I understand the fact that when you are not alive to your environment, certain things will pass you by. And I noticed that when Facebook came, I should consider myself as one of those who really caught up with the ball. And all my mates then were like, what are you doing with this? Because they believe Facebook is actually a dating site. And I have one understanding. It is what you want in Facebook that you will get. So somebody wakes up, tie a towel around his waist and put pictures there. Definitely you will know the kind of people that will like this picture. So I saw that as an emerging medium. And because I've had that journalism training, I will not waste time to publish or even comment on things that are not necessary. The old media, excuse my language, which is the first of people that were here before, they have an understanding of what they want the people to read. When we were growing up, career as a word will not be on the cover of any newspaper. You'll be seen as an unserious medium. But the reality now is there is no English word for Gary on the cover of any newspaper. That is reality. In those days, papers like KB Super, Lonely Magazine, were competing with the regular Daily Times of yore. And we know that eventually they went out of the market because probably the readers outgrew such level of folly. I believe that, coming back to the reason why we are here, because I believe the sponsors actually want us to see the value of analytics in what we want to do. The agenda setting theory of the media will be stupid for us to rely on nothing in everything we want to publish. Because your reply is instant. You publish something now online, you get your feedback. There's no tomorrow. Somebody is dead now. You don't write, you wait till next week. You are doing a special expose on him. We are in a Google generation. They just, because now you write somebody, you put somebody's name on, and people ask you, who is he? How do I start explaining? I just have to Google now. And I wonder, those of us who pass by it without reading through Google are the really educated people. Because they make it look as if Google is now an oracle. They are giving information. They don't understand that it's a data collection of what has been written on that topic, whether true or false. So the reality is that we will work together to complement each other. And that's why medium like Punch is still the most read online. I might not be totally correct with my analysis, but I believe that once you satisfy what your readers want, and you're able to catch it, time is of essence to everybody. And money is not there for them to buy anything anyway. So we are a product of necessity, and we want to still conform with the rules of journalism.
Now, basically from our point of view and the understanding of the market is, now data or data interpretation or getting accurate or actionable insight from data has just gone beyond is accurate, but is now how precise is that data. I was telling somebody, I was always somebody, I was telling about if a kilogram of wheat moves from this room to the next room, Americans, they know. They just don't know, but they know at what rate, at what speed is that thing moving, and what is moving it. And if you are going to compete on analytics, you need to get to that level and say, like we all agree, it's all about the customer. At what rate does your customer want it? Now, if you are a minute behind, there are a lot of online tools, a lot of videos that you watch online. A minute behind, you lose the market. So that's what analytics will do for you. It tells you, yes, it is accurate, but it's also precise. And you cannot get that if you don't have data. Now we talk about data, and you need to look at how do I collect my data. You need expertise, because now from survey, most of the information we have online, 85% of it, they are not structured. So that means you now need skills to mine data, to get what you want, to interpret it, and to make decisions fast.
Print media or old school media, as it were, is massively threatened. Will they die? Well, only those who adapt to this change, like the chairman said, will survive. But those who don't adapt will die. There's no emotion about it. That's the reality. You know. So from the data analytics point of view, what do I, as a blogger, need to do on a daily basis? All I need to do as a blogger is wake up in the morning, go to my Google Analytics, open up my Google Analytics, and I know who is visiting my site. I know from what country, I know the gender, I know everything about the person. Now that can help me to plan. So if I want to put an advert on my page, for example, I know where to put the advert. When I first started writing, one of the questions that I asked them in the print is that, how do I know who my readers are? How do I get feedback? You know, so it's tough. And again, I also understand with the print media, because how do you trace the page that a man who is in a kitty read, for example? He read a page of, say, Metro News, or whatever, in Guardian, or whatever. How do you know the exact page? Now, if he read it and gave it to his friend, how do you calculate that? So it's difficult for the print media to look at external data, and I understand that. But that is why they just have to find a way to adapt with technology. And one of the ways that I think is to use things like Google Analytics properly. At least that will give you an idea. For example, how many people from a certain age group visit your newspaper? What kind of, when they visit, let's say 13, 14, when they visit, they go to lifestyle, yes, how long do they spend there? That will give you an idea. So for example, you cannot disrupt it. In your lifestyle feature on your actual paper, you can change the color, you can change the setting, you can bring something innovative.
I've been around for a while. Full-time journalism since 1994. And then a few years before then, I've done a few things in the media. And I've seen that, for me, the major issue there is pride. Ego. What do we think that the MD of UBA wants to read? What do we think that the governor of a particular state wants to read? And then we use that to decide for them by the placement of our stories. And I think this should change immediately, so that we begin to now see from the back end, like those of us who are running the online, like we see. For instance, you run a story. My senior said about sex the other time. You run a story that has to do with relationship. Let me give you one particular topic that we run on my website. 5 foods that increase libido. And that day the website almost came down, almost crashed. And then you go to the back end and see, who are those that range? People between 40 and 50, 55. And then you ask yourself, this MD of UBA that you are saying you want to please, was he part of that crowd? If he wasn't, then who read those stories? So why are we using pride to destroy a business that should thrive? When you go online and look at some newspapers, I think they are getting it right. For instance, a paper like Punch. You go there, there is a lady that writes about sex. From Yakumbali, most of the time on weekends. That column doesn't leave the website. Go back and check the analysis. And then you know where we should be driving towards. For me, I just think that those who think, because some of those who came before said the online is not making money. I want them to go back to the office and check the analysis, except they are not doing it right. How much do you make from Google? 2 years ago, I knew of a newspaper that was making over $5,000 monthly from Google. Those who are running the online cannot consume that money as salary. If we run our checks properly, we will know that the online should serve as a guide to even the print. What do people want to read? If you have 8 slots for stories on your front page, can you dedicate to what will stand back of the book stories? Can we get that on? When people know that you have content for them, won't they come back to you and read you? But mainly for me, online now. A lot of us need to realize that what our capacity and capability to analyze the statistics that we have can help us to generate money and sustain. Whoever says to anybody that the online is not capable of making money is a lie.
So basically what we are saying in this session is that the statistics that you derive from the online system is instant. And you can't deny that because people are visiting your website. And like the other gentleman said, Google Analytics gives you the figure right there. It's not a lying figure. You can go and drill that into the figure and find out what's going on with your website. I'm sure every company here that has a website presence can get into Google Analytics, which is free, and figure out what's going on with your website. So basically, there are tools out there that will enable you to drive and drill down on the data that you can work with your company's management and find out exactly what you need to run your business, because that will be your mainstay from now going forward. And so I will end my just topic and say basically, we are knowing fully well now that we are transitioning from print to online media, and it's going to keep ever increasing as we move on in this field. Thank you.